Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here, and we have another new breakdown for you today. It's going to be on Drew Brees. I haven't done a breakdown on him in a while, and the one that I did, I don't think it was an in-game actual breakdown. So I wanted to give you an actual breakdown of that. I got a recommendation to do some Drew Brees in the pocket type of throws, and so went in and did it for you just because I want to stay true to being able to do these recommendations for you when you send them in. As always, if you like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe this video here, and then if you want to comment down below any recommendations for us or any questions you might have, we'd be happy to answer those for you. We'll go ahead and hop right in the video. So the big thing that stands out with Drew Brees and his overall mechanics is, somebody that needs to is under 6'1", under 6'2", maybe, could really benefit from any of this type of breakdown just because, it's somebody that is, Drew Brees has had a lot of success in the NFL at under 6'1", and I know a lot of people think that you got to be over 6'3" in order to get Division I interest or in the NFL or get to the NFL, but, Drew Brees, year in and year out, is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL at only 6 foot. And so being able to understand what he does from a mechanic perspective, I think is really, really beneficial. So, big thing that he does is he gets so much momentum going forward. If you notice him, he's stepping forward here in the pocket. He gets, a little bit of pressure there at the top, steps forward, and then is able to push off that back leg and create that rotation. Notice how, and Patrick Mahomes does this too, how they push off that knee and get that knee to really kind of buckle down and rotate in. And I think that really helps him get the hips going all the way forward because he's somebody that really is able to generate a lot of force from the hips as he's going through the throw. Even though he straightens his knee a good amount, he still is able to rotate within the hips and almost uses that straightening within the knee to help continue to get his weight all the way around as he's going through the throw. Here's another good throw. This one's more of a higher trajectory type of a throw. So you can see he gets set up there, gets right into that 90-90 position. And then notice how quick he turns the nose of the football. Notice how fast he's here and then gets that nose of the football facing straight ahead and then makes it so then he has some time to be able to really generate some force in there. Also, notice how much more height he's getting on the vertical throw. So he actually pushes himself upwards as he's throwing here in comparison to that other one before where he was getting a lot of horizontal movement. So you could really, really tell the difference between when he's throwing a deep ball because of how how vertical he gets in comparison to his normal throws where he's throwing very horizontal. All right. This one is another good throw. Notice there's base here, right? So he's sitting, he's trying to look to see what's going on. He, is at the beginning, kind of chopping his feet there. O-line's doing a great job, so he just kind of sits back now, keeps his feet nice and wide, and is able to deliver the throw. Notice that when he gets ready to make this throw, though, how much he just gets his weight going off that back leg, right? Gets to that 90-90 position, and then is very fast and making it so he gets that nose of the football facing forward. He has such a quick release. If we look to see, when he separates from his hand from the ball, let's say it's from 2.73. I'm just going to go with the timestamp. Actually, or you could just do this. Okay, so we'll go to there. So it took him 0.13 to actually load, and then about 0.33 to get the ball out of his hands. Very, very quick release. And I see a lot of guys that are upwards of 0.4s with their releases. I've seen some guys that are able to get, down to 0.3 or maybe even underneath 0.3, but, right there, he wasn't really trying to necessarily get the ball out of his hands really, really quick, but just an easy 0.33 release time is something I think that's important. And then notice how stable he is with that front arm, that left arm. He's able to push off that back leg. He does straighten his front leg a little bit as he's going, and, it's something that I've talked about, not necessarily doing, but I think really what's important is being able to create that rotation within the hip and making it so that is one of the places that you get force, and you could really see how he maximizes the overall force production by being able to control that front arm as he's actually going through the throw. So again, notice how fast he goes from here to getting that nose of the football facing straight ahead so then he can get the ball out of his hands quick. And then notice that front left arm position and how that arm is really close up to the chest. He does a great job being able to get those hips around first, but then he gets his spine facing forward and creates that front arm really, really close up to his chest, and that's really an important part of being able to maximize your throw. Once you get your arm away from your body, that really makes it so your spine starts falling off to the side is something that I've noticed, and I've also noticed that, the more or the earlier in the throw you can get that wrist to be able to start getting the nose of football facing straight ahead, really makes a big difference in your overall efficiency of the throw and how much velocity you're able to put on it. This one you can see very, very vertical in the trajectory of how his body's moving, right? He's pushing himself up again. Nice deep throw, is able to get full extension within that front leg as he's coming through. And that really seems to be the big difference between, his deep balls. And I think that's a great thing for you guys to all recognize is when he's throwing the deep ball, he's going to get much more vertical. He's going to push his body upwards in comparison to when he's trying to drive the ball. His body's going to be, a lot closer to the ground. He's going to be moving horizontally. And just being able to understand that when you're going through your deep throws, maybe you don't get as vertical as he does when he's going forward. Maybe you have the same type of movement pattern when you're trying to throw 25 or 30 yard, post route or curl route or comeback route. And you also do that same type of thing when you're trying to throw a 45-yard, deep ball. So being able to just connect to that and understand that and see that, I think is super important for you to be able to really take your mechanics to the next level and be able to probably put a little bit more velocity on your deep ball. As always, guys, thanks for watching these videos. If you like the information, like I said before, go ahead and like and subscribe. Really means a lot to us. And I'd also recommend to check out some of our free stuff down below in the description. We have an ebook, we have a 7-day trial period, and we also have a few different things that are down below. You can sign up for a call with me. We have an offer that's not free, but it's an offer on our one-time breakdowns where you can just send a video of yourself throwing. We'll break it down, explain to you what you could do to improve, and you also get 1 month, 4 weeks of our training, 1 month of our online throw program with that. So that's a really, really beneficial part of that as well. So all that's down below. If you have any questions, let me know. We'd be happy to answer them for you. As always, thanks for watching these videos. Leave some recommendations, and we'll talk to you soon.